Action! Action!
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday night WSB team meeting.
Live. Oh, yes. Where's
Good evening, everyone. We see everyone trickling in. We have 5 more minutes before we officially start. Go ahead and remind your team members, not that they need reminding, but go ahead and text everyone to be on this call. This is such an important call tonight. You don't want to miss it. You don't want your team members to miss it. Good evening from Oprah Financial Center. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. What is that? 658 King Edward Financial Center. Good evening, TNC Financial Center. Good evening, Dallas Central. I see you guys are still setting up. Good evening. We've got El Paso Financial Center. All right.
Good evening from Live Oak.
Good evening. Welcome, Genesis Mississauga Financial Center. Jacksonville Financial Center.
Good evening from Live Oak.
Good evening, Live Oaks. Good evening, Jimmy Carter Financial Center.
Hey, everybody. This is RVA Financial Center in Mechanicsville, Virginia.
All right. Good evening, RBA Financial Center.
Hey, this is Kevin too from Atlanta Financial Center.
All right.
This is Dolly from Live Oak Financial Center.
Okay.
This is Kimberly from Savoy Financial Center.
Hello, Kimberly. Savoy Financial Center. Was that Lanham Legend Financial Center?
Good evening. This is Savannah Financial Center.
Good evening, Savannah.
Benji from Financial Center, Flushing.
Good evening, Flushing.
Hello, this is David Pham from TB
Benji, go!
Center. Yay!
Who else do we have here? New Orleans Financial Center.
Dolly.
Who was that? All right.
Good evening from Houston Galleria Financial Center.
Good evening, Houston. Good evening, Maitland Financial Center.
Financial Center.
Financial Center.
All right. Love your energy. All right, 1 more minute, you guys. 1 more minute, and we will officially start.
Financial Center.
There you go. Shake it.
Was that Hollywood Financial Center?
Okay. Or mute.
Okay, that's the energy, Minnesota.
Burlington.
All right, 1 more minute. Hello, Rhode Island. Hello, good evening, everyone.
You have no mute.
All right. It is 7:30, so we are officially starting this meeting. Good evening, everyone. My name is Donna Reyes, and I'm from Oak Brook Financial Education Center. You have a few minutes. All right, you just took 1 minute away from me. So everyone is claiming to be the best financial education center. And if my memory serves me right, I think we were the first one who claimed it. And this was back in 2020 when we would have our national, what's it called? Nationals, right? And I mean from my perspective, and of course I'm super biased, right? I really think that we did a great job hosting those nationals here at Oak Brook Financial Center. And so we claimed it to be the best the number one financial education center. But I think more than being number one, what I'm really proud of about our financial education center is that we are one. Right, guys? Yeah. So we are, it's one team, one dream, one system, one cause, and one community. And we are one WSB community. So it doesn't really matter who's number one, from that perspective, right? So just a little bit about me. Let me just share my screen. Hope this works. All right. Okay, my name is Donna Reyes. I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a friend. I've got my bachelor's degree from Miriam College in the Philippines, for those of you who are from the Philippines. I got my master's of communication management from USC. My previous career prior to joining WSB was a journalist. I worked for the leading TV network in the Philippines. I've been in WSB since September of 2017. So it's been about 9 years this month, right? Oops. So just like maybe most people, right? I've got a lot of life's detours. I actually initially joined WMA at the time in 1999, left the business and volunteered for Gawad Kalinga. I started a business with my husband, a document destruction business. We went back to the Philippines and I worked there for about 2.5 years for that TV network I mentioned. I have produced concerts and hosted a TV show, all of those things, right? And anyone would probably think that my life has been pretty exciting, right? But a lot of people did not know that with all of those things, all of those exciting things that happened in my life, at 45 years old, I found myself in no place of my own. I found myself in credit card debts and personal loans and nothing for retirement. When Victor and Joyce, when we first met Victor and Joyce to reconnect with them back in about August of 2014, they started following up with me and trying to get me back into the business and everything. And I would tell Joyce, stop recruiting me already. I don't have a big why. But little did she know that I actually was in debt, right? With credit card debts. At that point, I've been working really hard together with my husband to pay them off, but nothing was working. And I wasn't really, getting rid of all of them, right? So after joining WSB though, in September 2017, by applying what we learned from the workshops and by making, more money than I was making, with only my full-time job and my husband's full-time job. Right there in the timeline, you would see that we joined in September 2017. That's when we started our WSB business. And then in December 2018, about 15 months in the business, we had been debt-free since then. We've paid off all credit card debts. And then 2 months after that, February 2019, my husband paid off his student loans. And in June 2021, we bought our first home and we've been living there since, right? So I really wanted to share that story because how do I stop sharing? Thank you. I have an assistant. Thanks, Yvette. So I really wanted to share that story because I think what we have here is quite powerful, right? We just heard from Jordan from Finseca, right? In the traditional financial services business, traditional financial services companies do not really cater to the middle class or even the lower income families, right? And so I have not been helped by those traditional financial services companies. But because of this financial literacy campaign, by me educating myself, my husband and myself, right, we were able to, to fulfill our first financial goal, which is to pay off our debts, right? So with that, I have the pleasure and honor to introduce to you our trainer for tonight. He's more than a trainer. I just want to share a quick story before I introduce him because I think this really shows, how relentless he really is, right? Back in, I think it was Campaigners Clinic, that must have been 2022, if I'm not mistaken. I was in an elevator with him and with Alicia, and I was so tempted to take a picture with them, right? But I couldn't bring myself to ask for a selfie because that time head coach was sick, right? He wasn't feeling, I could tell, I mean, you could tell from the stage, but I could tell as I was just, a foot away from him that he was not feeling well. And I wasn't about to request for a selfie, right? But that shows how relentless he truly is. And so without further delay, it is my absolute pleasure and honor to introduce to you our head coach, Mr. Swan Nguyen.
Good afternoon. Hey, we have a packed house here in Greenbelt. And I just want to thank everyone who get on this call today. I know there's a lot of us is anxious to hear what we want to talk about. On this call, we also have the coach on this one, Victor, Salvador, Alex Flores, Alicia, and John Woo is actually flying right now, so he could not be on. But I just want to tell you this, that there is miracle happen in our organization, in WSB, and in the way we do business. A lot of things doesn't come out by accident, but it was a process of want to do something so big that we keep hitting it and hitting it and hitting it. And after so many failure, and we finally found the solution. Our journey have been going through 41 years of searching to keep improving our system to make things easier, better, faster, and helping more people. You look at the result in the past 20 years is accelerated, but especially the last 5 years is explosive. We never see a period when for the last 20 years, the number consistently climbing up, but especially last 5 years is exploding. And working out this convention, we know exactly more than ever that we can be able to help people and deliver the promise and the expectation from those people that our system is doable, buildable, and achievable. Walkout convention, everyone feel excited. I am so excited myself. You know, one of the best convention ever in our career. Not because this convention have better speaker than other convention, but this convention have result evident. It's so obvious. It is affirmed again and again that our system is so duplicatable and so buildable and so clear and so simple. So working out that thing, there are like two things that we know that we will focus on. One is the GX program. This is our system. But the other one is another breakthrough. And I call that a breakthrough, even though we've been talking about that a long time. We talk about recruiting, we talk about selling, we talk about going wide, going deep, we talk about building, we talk all kind of things. But it's from talking about something until you totally find the discovery after so many effort in the past 5 years, and to watch people who make it and make it big versus people who trying. And what's the difference? We study those people, and there's one common thing that coming out is so clearly. You know, about 3 years ago, we know that the whole thing, the successful of the Thai Next program, come out with two words: discipline and focus. But along the way, we find discipline and focus is good, but it's not good enough. It takes the repeating effort, which is consistency. But thanks to, we talk about consistency, but what is a system? But thanks to GX, we have GX 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until 12. It's every month. It's not a one-time run. But the next year it starts again, GX 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for another year. So it's become consistent. And we have people who work with us and do 315, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, they become so consistent. You can see result coming out. People begin to have a base shot. But then when you have discipline, focus, and you become consistent, and you can become predictable. We see so many examples of predictability that I can see that whoever doing this thing, do GX with discipline, with focus, and with consistency, predictably, they will make this money. We predict that even though if you can be able to work on that, become good on GX, and you have one guy working with you do GX, we predict that you make over 100,000. You have two guys, you make over 200,000. You have three guys, we can predict that you have 300,000. If those guys go to work every day. You have 5 guys, you make 500K, and you become a kahuna. And you do 7 guys, you make $7,000. And you do 10 guys, you make $1 million. And that's this the most incredible breakthrough. And the number doesn't lie, it show and it show. But we could not pin down to exactly what the wording until the last day of the convention 2 weeks ago. And this was a aha moment in my life, and I realized that we tell every one of you by the end, forget about everything you learned about this convention, other than important. But if you may remember that or you forget it, but I just want you to walk out and remember one thing. The only one thing, there's a bigger breakthrough, is going to work every day, out of the field every day. Can I have an Elmo on? Can I have the slide on? You want the slide? Yeah, sorry. So now I can tell to the whole WSB, I can tell to the whole WSB, I can tell to anyone, any man or woman who have the dream. I can tell to a father who desperate to want to provide for their children and to their family.
I'm sharing for you, Rob.
Okay. You can look to the eye of a father who desperate to be able to find solution for their family. We know exactly how you can win. We know exactly show you how to win. We have the system that works, and all you have to do is doing this. You run GX and you are on the field every day. If you're willing to accept these two things, I can help you to become successful. We can look to every woman who desperate to find a job and facing adversity, and there's the glass ceiling in front of them. Look, you don't have to suffer anymore. I can tell that all the talented people who come to this country, you are somebody from your country, just by myself, who is struggle to make a living here, and people look down on you. We have a solution for them. We can look to anyone and look at young men who get disillusioned in their life. And I say, all I have to do is, young man, do you have discipline? Could you do this? Could you out the field every day, working with me 4 hours a day? And in next 365 days, I can train you, I can support you, I can lead you, and I can build you become successful. Because if you bring this, you bring your discipline, you bring your focus, and you become consistent, I can make it happen for you. Because I know exactly how to show you, how to deliver you, and how to support you. So go out the field every day is no longer an advice. It's part of our required system. You want to become a GX, you want to become a rising GX, you want to become a kahuna. If you want to make 100,000, you want to make 300,000, you want to make 500,000, you want to make 1,000,000. It's part of our system. Our system cannot separate between GX and going to work every day. We cannot run a business and pretend like you can work sometimes you're hot, you go to work, sometimes you're cold, you don't go to work, and call that a real business. We cannot pretend to do. We gotta change. So you want to change your life, first you have to make some major change in your thinking. You make the decision to change your future. Is that the simple thing? I want to feel every day. Just like somebody hire you a job part-time every day. Just like you hire you a job, any job, go to work every day. Just like you go to have a business, just like anyone in the world, they do something, they do it every day. The only people who sometimes go to work, sometimes not go to work, is the multi-level people. A pyramid kids kind of thing. But we are in professional business. And we in business, we have a clear system. WSB, World System Builder, is an organization with a clear system. So now I just want to let you know, go to work every day is part of our language. Because next slide. When you decide to go out the field every day, you are in the business. You accept this is your business. The people who sometimes go to work, sometimes don't, sometimes show up, sometimes don't, it's not business. You are in the question mark business. You're still in the state of not engaging. You're the business, you're not in the business. You're not accept this is your business. Next one. When you out the field every day, no more question. This is it. Make up your mind. This is what you want. Is it or is it something else? Now, I've said this to all the audience here and across the country. You don't have to follow what I'm saying. There is still room for people doing sometime. You can't continue to do it. I'm talking about people who really want to win. I can assure you right now with the GX program and you go out the field every day, we can deliver. And you got to work with our trainer every day. We work together as a team, as a trainee and trainer, or if you already an MD, SMD, work with somebody, work with your CEO or your upline or somebody, because we should work as a team. You should be honored. Our business should feel privileged to be able to part of a system that we work together. You accept this business. Stop questioning. Stop wondering. This is it. This is what I decide. You make the decision. You sell out the business. You commit it. This is it. Once you make the decision, life will be easy. The problem for people is that I'm not sure I have this problem. I have that problem. I have all kind of problems. This is it. This is my life. This is my future. I made this decision 41 years ago. I go, this is it. You know, in the last 41 years, I didn't buy any house, but I moved into several houses. I didn't get into any office. We moved from 4 or 5 office, big office. I never touched it. Because my focus on here. I don't know how my wife buy the house. I just seriously, this is our dream house. We work so hard. My wife wanted to have a house, and finally we make enough money. And one night, this is it. This is what I'm doing. I have no time to buy a house. And one night, she take me to the house after the meeting, which is about 10 p.m., 10:30, and she brings a flashlight and says, this is our house. I want to buy. Do you like it? I say, go ahead, buy it. When you want to buy the car, she decided to buy. To build a house, she built a house. WSB, building people, is the only thing I focus. This is it. Next line. The reason you go on the field every day, if you're part-time, go on the field 4 hours a day. I don't care what time you start. Your business, you're gonna have a working schedule. If you decide to work from 5, you can finish by 9. You start at 6 o'clock, finish by 10. You work by 7, finish by 11. But minimum, you got to give 4 hours a day. You cannot go build a business, learn the business, and you don't put in 4 hours a day. You cannot learn any business, do it 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day. And you don't even do every day. You do it once a while, 1 or 2 hours. Sometimes you do 15 minutes, make a few phone calls, and then you depress. It's not a business. It's not, you know that. You know it's not a business. You have to be in the business. This is it. You only as good when you commit to business. Every business owner, every people who own business, the best hour, the best time of your life when you face challenge. I go out the field every night and I decide not to go home before 11 o'clock. I would not go home. I would not go home because I go out the field when I have appointment, which is so easy. But the hard part is when I go out the field and what I gonna do when I have no appointment. That's where my best come out. That my brain works. I begin to think, what about this? What about? I think about 100 options, and out of 100 options, 90 of them is a failure. I don't think I gonna work, whatever. But I narrow down about 10 options but I still think I can do this thing tonight. And I have narrowed out about 10 options. I have figured out, and I just do it. And I maybe I pick the out 10 option. I pick up the 3 most possible in my mind. I think it may work. Then I do it. That's where I become the best of me. But my brain works. I think about someone, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, I think I talk about my sister-in-law. But last week, I was at her house and I have a birthday party. She have a coworker showing up. Now I'm desperate, so I make a phone call, stop by my sister-in-law and say, hey, you know what? What? And I give a name. That's how the best of me coming out when I have no point. Because I know I'm going to win. Because I know if I put in consistent effort, I'm going to recruit someone. I know it. I know I can win. That's why I go out on the field every night. Who would go out on the field every night if you know that you're going to lose? Nobody. So you're part-time. Show me that you can. If you say you're going to want to win, you can win. Then you got to show it by action. You out of field every night. I didn't tell you to have to go at 11 o'clock. You want to start early. You do at 6 o'clock. You do by 10. But you got to have a working schedule. And you know what? When you do that, your team duplicate you. You only need about 3 guys like that to become a rising kahuna. And you know what? You have 3 guys like that with you, you will win north of a $250,000. How about that? Because of your example. If you are consistently out the field, every day you hit GX. Anybody who's out the field every day, they will hit GX. They become better. Maybe the first month they may not hit it. Maybe they hit something. But after a few months, they begin to get it. Maybe after half a year, they may exceed that. And maybe after 1 year, it becomes a normal. And that is the system. Our system, we cannot play around with the system with yo-yo. Our system is predictable. And the system is predictable. The people is not predictable. Now we fix the predictable of the system. I mean, I'm so excited about the predictability of all of you because I know once you become predictable, the system is predictable, your result will be predictable. Next one. You know you can win. And next one. And you are willing to pay the price to win. And you're a fair person, right? Can you do something without paying the price? Can you buy something without paying money? When you get something without deliver something, you cannot be successful without paying some price. Oh, by the way, if in order for you to make 100,000 or 200,000 or 300,000, is that too much to work 4 hours a day? Then show us we are for real. You are for real. All right. So here, this is one of the biggest breakthrough in Sunwin career. Not only I'm excited, I know Alex Flores is so excited. He cannot wait. I mean, I share with him and he just want to jump. He's so excited. I know Victor Salvador is just, well, we hit the bullseye. We are now, we'll be able to get our system predictable, but we now get our people predictable. That's the most exciting that Victor have. And so is Alicia, so is John Woo, and so is many other people right now. How wonderful it is to work with the predictable team member. How wonderful to work with somebody who side by side with you and they're disciplined, they're focused. They want to win. They know they're going to win, and they're willing to do what it takes to win. They're willing to pay the price. How wonderful that kind of business is going to be. All right. So I announce you, we've been recognizing people get GX. We recognize people with make 100,000. We recognize people make a $250,000. We recognize people make million. It's time for us to recognize people who have discipline, focus, consistent, and predictable. it's time for us to recognize the winning habit rather than the winner only. Because it's a winning habit that create the winner. Okay, the winner is just one time, two times, but the winning habit, building a system building. So let's show the first 30 days. Yes. So I gotta challenge you starting today. Any one of you, whoever, not every one of you, but whoever see yourself can commit to go to work every day, 4 hours a day. Well, depend your schedule. As long as you have 4 hours a day, minimum 4 hours, minimum. And you work with us. If you have a result, it's good. You don't have a result, it's okay. Okay, but you gotta go out in the field every day. You gotta go through what I go through. You gotta go there, sit in McDonald's and sit there and think, who am I gonna see tonight? You're gonna bang your head a few 100 times for the next 30 days to find a way to win. You gotta find your utmost strength. So if you are my base shop, okay, say monthly is my base shop, say month. If you're for real, you want to deliver for your children, you deliver for your wife, you really want to win. Can you be consistent? And I got to work with you. Okay? You work sometime, I work with you sometime. But do you like to work with me every day? Because I like to invest in people like you. Monday, agree? Then commit to me on this 30-day relentless. Okay? Okay, because my philosophy is that man, sell the person who want to buy, recruit the person who want to join, and build the people who want to build, right? Yep. You want to build? Yes, sir. So you sign up with me, we commit, starting from now, every day, we're gonna work together, and I'm gonna tell you every day, and you tell me, we talk every day on what kind of activity you do in those 4 hours. So if you do it, I have this things today relentless, a very simple page. Rob, you put it on, right? The Elmo. Sure. So this one is a sheet, simple. There are only 4 lines. One is the starting out. Let's say you start today at 6 o'clock. Monthly, say this is monthly, right? And today you start at 6 o'clock. And you finish by 10. You tell me your activity. I assign you to maybe drop by, stop by. You do it with 2 people. Maybe one of them is Mary. You report to me. Today I go to drop by 2 people, Mary and John. I also follow up Mr. X and Mr. Y or Z, or I sit in McDonald's, don't know what to do for 1 hour. That's all you do for 1 hour. You should let me know. I mean, be honest. I don't expect you get everything. I say, or I sit in and I bang my head to the wall for 1 hour. Hey, how many times you see a store owner, a shop owner, they sit there 8 hours a day without any sale? Do they show up? Yeah. Do they bang their head the wall, how to pay the bill, how to get a customer? That's what business is all about. Because the business starts with you, your own commitment. And because of those people, how many business out there, the owner, when they fail, they fight. They go through the process of disappointment, failure, but they rise to win. where many other people do half-hearted, and when things go tough, then they just quit or they quit doing. So that's where, and the result is one appointment. You know, John willing to get on to John gonna see my apply Sun Wen. John want to see Sun. Yeah, one result, not a close or whatever. So you know that tomorrow he start at 5:30. Yeah, he stay until 9:30. And right now, what is appointment tomorrow? You know, he can and he can see Jack at a Starbucks, do a presentation, a prospect. Or there's nothing left, so drop by sister-in-law. And not have dinner with her. Any result, she give one name. And see Jack at Starbucks. He think about something like that. So just write out like that, and you do it in 30 days. Now, if Monday do with me, and then one day his wife is sick, and no, son, today I cannot go out because my wife or my kid is sick. I understand. I still count for you, but I'm not an extremist. You have to do it like exactly 30 days. But you and I agree, honestly, it is your business, not mine. So you don't want to make excuse to your business so many days of the month. Okay? So if you do that in 30 days, I'll give you a shirt. I'll recognize you. In fact, right now, almost every day, I tell you, I'm so excited. I can see like in Greenbelt office. If I have my base shop and I have about 3 guys doing like that, I know my future is going to be good. I know I'm going to have 3 GX going to come up. I know I'm going to build a base. And I know eventually, because 3 people based on the GX number, I will make $250,000 or more, depending on my contract and the amount of business they bring in, the size of the sale and things like that. So, and for those of you who really in this business, this is your life, you're committed. If you do our past 30 days, I challenge you to another 30 days. And if you can do another 30 days, I'm going to give you another one. Can you put another one on? Put it on a poster. Get out of. So now you have a polo shirt, 90-day default coverage, winning habit. So 30 days you get a T-shirt, but 90 days, I'm sure 90 days. When many of you who do 90 days straight, you become very good at what you do. You have no more fear. You will become disciplined, become a habit, focus, and you become consistent. And you can have a great start, because I'm sure by then you're going to have a team. You can start making some money. And first of all, you overcome challenge. Listen, if I want to change my life, let's say I have a health issue and I decide to exercise, I have to make some sacrifice, I have to commitment. I have to willing to eat healthy. I have to do it every day. I'm willing to exercise. I have to do it every day. I have to do it, and I do it 30 days. I get better. But I do 90 days consistently. It become my healthy habit, and that become my future. And I know that's gonna work. Everybody knows it'll work, and I know this business is gonna work because it's proven. any man or woman who worked with Sun Win for the past many years, he passed this test 90 days, eventually he becomes successful because part of that winning happens. So my friend, today I'm announcing the new USB. We have two things in our hand. One hand is GX, the other hand is 30-day relent. And we're gonna work on this thing for the rest of the year. For the whoever wanna win, be part of it. I tell you, the business today will be a breakthrough. We will dominate this industry. People who have that quality of discipline and focus and become, especially they are consistent, become one of the most successful in anything they do. Okay. So I'd like to ask other coaches share with me some of the excitement and the breakthrough that we go through. And I am, again, I'm so proud to be able to be part one of the best leadership, the best coach in the world in building people. They are the one that help me and help everyone unselfishly. And we are, like brother at arms. We are ready to conquer the financial world, and we're ready to dominate not only the insurance industry but also the investment industry. All right.
Mute. He made me unmute.
All right.
Hello.
Okay. Coach Arlette, go
Go,
ahead.
go, Coach Victor. You first. You start.
All right. We're fighting over default contract, right? So thank you, Coach. Again, this is a historic day. Coach called it, right? It's the new WSB, the new disciplined, focused, consistent, and predictable WSB. And I think what excites me most, Coach, about this is the shot, right? Is the daily part. I mentioned this last Monday, right? Daily makes it consistent, right? Because we've gone from 3-month runs for MD, SMD, right? That's why, we run for 3 months and then kind of slow down. You notice that, right? Or we've gone to 1 month, right? GX, right? GX like a 1-month run, but then once you hit GX, sometimes you just slow down for the month, right? So let's say somebody already hit GX today. It's the 12, you just kind of coast along, right? But because we're on the daily run, right? The daily run for our lives, right? And this is what really strikes me, Coach, is that that's what's going to bring the consistency that we've all wanted all this time. And that's what's going to bring all the consistency and the predictable results that we all strive for and crave for. So lastly, I just want to share, man, I coach for 30 years now, right? I've been in the shirt and jacket and t-shirt business, and I will love it. I love it, right? I love to always be fighting for those shirts. I mean, I remember we fought for tank tops before, t-shirts. Now we got the polo, we have the GX shirt, we got the jackets. I mean, gym shoes, whatever it is, right? But the key is what do you? It's really as it symbolizes, right? The hard work. It symbolizes the discipline, the focus, and the consistency and the predictability that we all will have, right? So I'm just Coach Alex. I'm fired up. I hope everyone is, right? This is the best announcement ever, and it's exactly August 12th. So imagine 3 exact months, 90 days till GX retreat when we see each other in those white t-shirts and those black polos, right? So, Coach, I can't say enough about how wonderful this shot you call this.
That's powerful. Thank you, Coach Victor. Well, in my learning experience in this business, I believe consistent leads to discipline and focus. So many times we want to be disciplined and focused, but there is no consistency. I believe the foundation to have discipline and focus is consistency. And the more I listen to Coach, I agree 100%. The best out of me come out when I have no appointment, because that's when you figure out really what you're supposed to be doing. That's where you you make the special connections. For some reason, we experience this many times. I experienced this many times. I had no appointment, but I have a commitment to be on the field. As a matter of fact, I was out yesterday until 11 because since we talk about it on Monday, I got a lead. I have appointment tomorrow. I'm gonna get a personal recruit. So the more I listen to the message, this is consistency about contacting, prospecting. This is consistency about easy start. This is consistency about education. Consistency about recruiting, training. Is the entire foundation, where you cannot deny yourself. This is the career where you can make the best $100,000 a year. The best $100,000 a year is with WSB, with the consistency, which is going to lead for you to become disciplined and focused. And the moment you understand that, you can duplicate the same principle with another person who also become consistent with you, who also stays, focused and disciplined, who also makes $100,000, by the way, which is going to add another 100K, because obviously when we say 100K, it's based on 1 year consistency. And lastly, I think, it takes about 90 days to where you cannot go back to be the same, because you change the entire game for your business. So when coach talk about the convention, proved it. The one common denominator for every winner is that they are disciplined and focused. But before they become disciplined and focused, they had to be consistent. They still went through the whole process of whatever, because everybody's a little bit different. But that's the point. That's why it's called system flow. You got to keep flowing. You got to keep going. You got to really give yourself that 4-hour window to really work your business. I don't think there's any type of business opportunity that will offer you something as simple, as clear, where if I work my 4 hours consistently for the next 30 days, I change my entire DNA about my own business. If I stay on it for the next 90 days, I can build anybody. I can lead anybody. I can show them how to win in this business. So think about it. The best is ahead of us, coach. The convention, amazing, but now getting to this call and now understanding what we're supposed to be doing, I think is the best call you can make for every single person, including myself, because, I feel young, I feel high energy, and I believe the way we're going so far, this month is going to be probably our best month ever in business for this year so far. But it's going to happen every single month because of what we have right now in front of us. We have the program, we have the coaching, the support. Is one decision you make tonight. Is one decision, is one call each of us will make. And my goodness, it's going to be, of course, we will see you. There will be a lot of people in your house having dinner in November. So thanks so much.
Wonderful.
You declaring a headache for me already, Arlex?
It's going to happen. You can see it.
Hey everybody, I'll just share really quick my thoughts and feelings that I shared on Titan X on Monday. But the first part, I always say this. I always say it's the best time to be part of WSB. And even though you heard me say it last month, I meant it last month just like I mean it today. And if you heard me say it last year, I meant it last year as I said it today. So then why is it always a good time to join? Because every day that we do the business is another day that we are better and that we understand more and that we improve, right? So even though, we always talk about relentless, 30-day relentless, but honestly, it's always been random topic like, okay, hey, you know what, Arlex, we need to talk about something. Why don't you talk about this story today? And so actually, individually, all of us as, leader or big kahunas, even kahunas, have all made that decision to go on the field every day, but we never did it all together at the same time, right? It was the most important factor of our business when we decided not to go home until we talked to at least one person a day, but it was never systematic. And I think what we are launching today, and we made from promotion driven, now we changed that with discipline, with the GX, with every month. But reality is how you get to GX, that's still a focus. That's still result oriented. And how do we get result is based on our activities, right? And so now we have a uniform way as WSB to then, and especially, can you imagine when I was running 30 Day Relentless, I was running alone. And when, Victor run 30 Day Relentless, he's running alone. But imagine, we have 10,000 people running 30 Day Relentless all together at the same time. Every day we come back on Wednesday, we come back on Saturday to our office, and we're sharing about what happened the last 3 days and what I had to do to stay out. Who did I drop by? But what is the result that came out of that, right? I think that we're going to go through a big, movement together. And I just want to end off with that. I know it was just 1 hour ago, but if you didn't catch it, the staff already sent out the monitoring sheet 1 hour ago. So if you're an SMD and above and you are on our SMD bulletin, we sent a special email literally at 5:04 Pacific time. So for those of you in East Coast is 8:04 p.m. The reason I want to mention right now, some of you are actually, all of you are in your office right now. So right after this, go have the SMD, go in your email, print this out, and let's start this tonight in your breakout meeting. Do this part of the homework of, today everybody start as a day one. And like Victor said, we go into 90 days from now, we're going to see a whole new wave of leadership, and I can't wait. So go ahead, Coach.
It's a new day. It's a new era. It's a new WSB. We are building one of the most successful, the most duplicatable, the most buildable, and the most predictable business in the financial industry and probably in the world. We was able to turn men or women who used to be very unpredictable and undisciplined. After tonight, those people will commit themselves, decide themselves, because they know exactly they're going to win. They will, from unpredictable, they become predictable. From undisciplined, they become disciplined, and unfocused, they become focused, because they know they're going to win. And they're willing to pay the price to win. And also, I want to let you know that business starting today in WSB is going to be a fun business. Gone is the day that you pulling teeth and you ask people and they give you excuse. It will be the new days when people have no more excuse. There are no more question, no doubt. They already sold out. They believe the business. They trust this business model. They believe GX. They believe into discipline. They believe into the relentless of our effort. They believe about 4 hours a day part-time. For the full-timer, of course, we expect you to do more than 4 hours. But at least everyone, you got to have 4 hours in the field. Yeah. I don't care you're full-time, part-time. You got to be out in the field 4 hours plus. If you're an SMD, you should be out in the field 8 hours, because that's part of your life. Everyone who go to work put a good 8-hour effort. And when you work 4 hours, your business will grow big time. But you work 8 hours full time, your business, your income will explode. Okay. But the good part about business, I see the big new way of base shop builder. Let me tell you, you don't need a lot of people to build a strong base shop. You need a few committed people who really, really want to win and believe in themselves they're going to win with our system. And those people is a joy to work with. I have a great 41 years of happiness because I'm surround myself with a lot of wonderful people. And it's so good to see those people, the minute they begin to change, they make a decision change and become consistent and become disciplined focused, they all make good money. They help their family, they help other team member, and their dream can come true. So tonight, I want you to print out and get together and tell your leader, your trainer, that you're in the business.
Hey,
You're
coach.
in the 30-day relentless, right?
Hey, coach.
Yes.
I have a crazy. I just thought of it on the fly. I want to run by you. What if to qualify for the shirt, the 30-day relentless shirt, and the 90-day polo, they have to show the sheet to the SMD, but also counts if they enter one name in the counter every day.
Yeah, that's part of the thing that's the result, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, whether the sheet or the counter, one of those ways can, and that also helps us with our goal of 30 by 32. So,
Or some of you who, Alicia, if I have monthly work with me and he have 4 hours, but he only have 3 hours, and the last hour he have no place to go. Pull out your licensing, study it for that 1 hour before you go home. Don't sit at home. You go home, you're not gonna study. So as long you fill out 4 hours, right? And eventually, see, the thing is that you have to decide to win. You have to decide that you can be disciplined. You can focus. You can do anything. You can do GX. You can pass the test. You can do anything if your heart and your mind is to it, right? So yes, put in the name and account as part of activity, right? Some of you are just so stingy. You will have 10 names to put accountability. Every day you put one, so at 10 days you have 10 activities. No, I'm just kidding. Put in 10 of them in one time. Put 100, whatever, and then also keep yourself busy every day. Every business people go out the field every day. The trick of the key, the secret to business is to believe this business is going to work, and you're willing to work the business. You're willing to pay the price of business. All right. And I tell you, we're going to explode. You don't want to be left behind. WSB is moving. People, WSB is rocking. People, WSB is dominating. Be with us. Be part of us. Thank you very much.
Ok, como ven es un webinar